from Madison Square Garden, Vikesh struggled to get a reaction. So is this a sign that WWE need to rethink the presentation of the world champion? One major rumor circulating this match is the potential WWE comeback of Brie Bella. Brie has stated in a number of interviews that she wants one final WWE run. So what if Brie makes a dramatic return to WWE programming to assist her sister in winning the world title? There's actually a ton of equity in this rumor, as Nikki herself has stated that this is her final ever WWE run, and Nikki has stated numerous times that she wants to retire alongside her sister Brie. Brie even mentioned on the Nikki and Brie show that she definitely thinks that there's one last run in me. I'm at the age and I'm strong, and I think it's because I'm working out so hard and I'm feeling good, but I'm like, there's for sure a last run in me. Wherever it may take me, wherever it may be, I hope it's with you, wherever that's at, who knows. Now, will WWE pull the trigger and crown Nikki Bella the new champion thanks to her returning sister? It would certainly be a wild shakeup that nobody sees coming. Number 9, John Cena puts over Dirty Dom. Now all signs point towards John Cena retaining the Intercontinental title versus Dominic Mysterio, but that doesn't mean that Cena can't endorse Mysterio after the match. There's a strong possibility that their Survivor Series showdown is culminated by Cena raising Mysterio's hand high in the air. The show is taking place in Mysterio's home city, so the crowd is likely to be a 50-50 split. WWE should look to play into this, and if they're smart, Mysterio could come out of the match looking like the biggest star in the world. Number 8 is shock heel turn. And most of the buzz surrounding the women's wargames match this year relates to a potential shock heel turn. This is without a doubt the year in which the women need to pick up a huge W, and with there being some cracks in the babyface team, this could be the perfect chance to deliver a surprise heel turn. Now, in relation to who this heel turn could be from, let's just assess WWE's options, the first being AJ Lee. Now, AJ is seemingly the captain of the babyface side, and due to her only having recently returned to WWE television, a heel turn makes zero sense at all and would be completely out of place. Rhea Ripley remains one of the most popular acts in the company, and it would be extremely risky to turn her heel. Similarly to Ripley, Sky is super over with the crowd, and there's so much value in keeping Ripley and Sky as a babyface unit. But Alexa Bliss, she's certainly a wild card, as she historically does the best work of her career as a heel. However, the tag team with Charlotte Flair has arguably been some of the most entertaining work in recent memory, so it'll be a bold move to turn Bliss heel. So that leaves us with Charlotte Flair. Flair is the obvious favorite to turn heel in this match, especially due to a resentment towards Rhea Ripley. One possible suggestion could be for both Alexa Bliss and Flair to turn heel collectively. This could then open the door for a feud between Bliss and Flair and Ripley and Sky. Number 7, Double Duty. Fans were stunned when it was revealed that John Cena wasn't going to be in the wargames match this year. It was heavily reported online that Cena was planned for the big match, but then it was reported that WWE were concerned that Cena was going to get hurt. And with all due respect to Jimmy Uso, he is without a doubt the odd man out of the lineup of the former world champions, and fans have been speculating that Jimmy could be taken out before the match begins. This would then open the door for a fifth man to take Jimmy's spot, and this is where Cena makes his presence felt. This would mean that Cena goes to team with CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes, but it also means he gets to wrestle names such as Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed, and Drew McIntyre. This is without a doubt the right booking call, and WWE should be encouraged to include Cena in the matchup. Number 6, the return of Liv Morgan. WWE just recently dropped a tease on their social media websites with a video showing a woman applying makeup with the message 4 days. Now, is WWE planning something really exciting to get the fans talking? Well, they certainly are, as there are a number of theories online, including the return of an injured superstar, and that injured superstar could be Liv Morgan. Liv suffered a shoulder injury on the June 16th episode of Raw, and she's been sidelined ever since. However, she made an appearance at the Stranger Things 5 premiere. Morgan gave a very brief and vague answer saying, "I think that everybody's just gonna have to watch me." Whilst it's expected that Liv Morgan will return at the Royal Rumble in 2026 in Saudi Arabia, she may have recovered from the injury much sooner, leading to a return just before the Survivor Series, as 4 days points to SmackDown. However, the tease may be a big letdown to fans. Individual WrestleMania tickets go on sale in 4 days, and this is perhaps a teaser for that, which is a big letdown. Number 5, Lesnar gets speared. One of the biggest money matches in WWE right now is Bron Breakker versus Brock Lesnar, and wargames presents the perfect chance to set this future matchup. The two are very similar in terms of their brute force in the ring. It'll be interesting to see how this dynamic plays out in a match such as wargames. Lesnar has never been in this featured matchup, and it's likely that his spots are short and sweet. One of the spots that could take Breakker to the next level could be to see Lesnar take a spear from him. Whether deliberately or accidentally, this could be one of the major talking points coming out of the show. We've seen time and time again just how elite Lesnar is at selling, and Lesnar screaming in agony whilst Breakker stands tall could be a visual that is played in highlight reels for many years to come. Number 4, Breakker is made. A Bron Breakker is without question WWE's next big thing. Wargames could be an effective tool to take Breakker to the very next level, and this needs to be handled carefully so Breakker looks credible and legitimate. Breakker pinning one of the babyfaces could be the breakout moment he needs, and it'll be a welcome change to see WWE go all the way with a young star rather than focus on wrestlers that are over 40 years of age. Wargames going off the air with Breakker pinning one of the world champions or even pinning Roman Reigns would be a huge deal, and this is definitely an outcome that WWE should strongly consider. Number 3, Roman Reigns snaps. Roman Reigns has undergone a character shift of sorts in 2025. When he lost to Bronson Reed, he blamed the Usos and there was dissension in the ranks of the original bloodline. In fact, Roman went so far to break his promise, saying that he wouldn't see the Usos until Christmas. Obviously, since he's on the team with the Usos, that promise is now broken. Reigns is now also teaming with Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, 2 names that he has had prior blood with. If Reigns' team loses, he could have the biggest crash out of all time. We've seen time and time again how this character handles losing, and losing one of the biggest matches of the year could be enough to send him right over the edge. We could see Reigns lay out his team or even cause havoc at ringside after the match. This wouldn't be a heel turn of sorts, it would just be the natural development of a wrestler that is accustomed to winning every big match. This would also perfectly open the door for the Royal Rumble in January. Reigns has made it clear that he's coming for the world title, and the match could be presented as a make or break for Reigns in his attempt to become the #1 guy in the company once again. Number 2, a Jey Uso heel turn. One of the most common social media theories that has dominated discourse recently relates to Jey Uso. Jey is in the midst of a character transformation as he's been showing more and more heel tendencies, and with the internet crowd fully turning on him, there are lots of fans that firmly believe Jey is turning to the dark side, potentially even inside Wargames on Saturday. This would be totally wild, and seeing Jey stand side by side with Paul Heyman would be a newsworthy moment, but what would WWE gain from doing this? Jey is still incredibly over with the main core audience, so they wouldn't actually benefit in any way from doing this. Jey continues to be one of WWE's top merch sellers, and turning him heel due to online criticism would dampen this. What Jey needs to do is reform with his brother Jimmy and reunite the Usos on a full-time basis. Then once another successful tag run has been brought to an end, WWE can revisit Jey as a unique solo act. And number 1, the heels win. Now on paper, there's no way the babyface side in the men's Wargames match will lose, right? Well, there's numerous rumors online that the babyfaces are gonna lose, and this is gonna start a new character arc for each of the losers in the match. If the babyfaces win, there aren't many places for WWE to go, but if the heels win, it gives each of the heel names credibility, and it gives them a valid claim to one of the world titles. We've already stated that Bron Breakker is likely to get the pin, but if it's not Breakker, then it's likely going to be Lesnar to set up a world title program in 2026. The question is who actually gets pinned in the match, so let's assess who Triple H may go with. The first is the obvious, Jimmy Uso. Assuming Jimmy Uso isn't taken out of the match, Jimmy would be an obvious man to take the loss. The issue is that Jimmy isn't exactly credible as a single star, and pinning him doesn't really benefit the wrestler that pins him. Sorry Jimmy, it's just the truth. The other is Jey Uso. Jey Uso can easily afford a pinfall loss, but with Jey losing a world title bout just 3 weeks prior, WWE may look to keep his shoulders off the mat. But Roman Reigns, he rarely takes a pinfall loss, but him being pinned inside Wargames, specifically by Bron Breakker, would be a massive deal. This would then set up a future program between the two, potentially even at WrestleMania 42. There's also WWE's franchise guy Cody Rhodes taking the pin. That really would be unexpected, but stranger things have happened. Rhodes taking a major loss like this would freshen up his babyface persona, so this could be a sensible option for WWE. And last but not least, what about CM Punk? WWE having the world champion take a pinfall loss just 3 weeks into his reign is risky, but CM Punk is of a legendary status in WWE, so it'd be absolutely fine even if he took the pin. Punk being pinned by either Lesnar